Hi, I'm Mayor David Black, and this is City Happenings. A national memorial to our military members is unveiled thanks to the Papillion Garden Club. We'll take you to the ceremony. And this school year's fall D.A.R.E classes are in full swing. The city's D.A.R.E officer gives us an update. And the Community Foundation once again sponsors the annual Holiday Luncheon. You'll hear from the Foundation's director. Please enjoy City Happenings for the week of November 19th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. A Blue Star Memorial marker now stands in Triangle Park thanks to the efforts of the Papillion Garden Club.
This is a great morning and it's a great event, and it's a big deal for a lot of reasons. A lot of partnerships and a lot of collaboration make this happen. It was mentioned by the Garden Club, and we've got we think Papillion's a special place, and a lot of things are because of just a single citizen bringing up an idea, and that's exactly what this was. So Connie had an idea, thought something, and brought it forward, and it was led by the Papillion Garden Club. Significant funding for this was provided by the Papillion Junior Women's Club. We also had a lot of small businesses involved. Canoia Garden Center provided some of the plantings, did some of the design. The Papillion Flower Patch was involved in providing a wreath we're going to see a little bit later. Another small business, Ink and Toner, helped with the programs. But the city came together and helped on the project management, actually building the design and the ongoing maintenance. And I just say that because a healthy community is collaboration. We got civic organizations, we got small business, we've got government, we got the Legion, and that just makes for a healthy environment. So it's a great morning from that perspective. But more important, it's the sole benefit of this is to acknowledge and thank our armed forces. And just like we have renamed over several years a couple of streets ceremoniously for fallen soldiers, Army First Lieutenant Mark Naziska and Army Specialist Joseph Semper, people drive by those streets now and they remember the fallen heroes. They're not going to drive by this park and remember the armed forces. So thank you very much for what you do. This is a proud military community.
We pride ourselves in Nebraska on relationships and partnerships, and this is just another example of many organizations coming together to do a significant memorial in remembrance of the men and women who protect our freedoms. But you know, as just several months ago, if you'll remember, there was a lot of discussion about the 1%ers and the 99%ers. And you know, we were talking about the Occupy everything, the Occupy Omahas, the Occupy Lincolns, the Occupy Wall Streets. And you know, I look at the 1%ers differently. When I think about the 1%ers, I think about the men and the women of our armed services. Because of our population, of our country, only 1% will have served in the armed forces. And so that is the 1% of the individuals that we need to pay attention to, who have protected our freedoms and provided us with our values here in our country. So when people talk about the 1%ers and the 99%ers, think of the 1%ers differently. Again, the men and the women who have served in our armed forces.
Back in 1916, during World War I, Army Captain Robert Quisnar of the 5th Ohio Infantry had two sons that were serving on the front line. He wanted to design a flag with two blue stars representing his two sons for his wife, who have something to remember their sons by. This flag quickly became the unofficial symbol of a child or husband who was serving their country. In 1917, Congress made this flag part of the congressional record for state. October the 17th, 1943, U.S. Congress authorized the service flag, which became the official design. The first Blue Star Memorial Highway Resolution in Nebraska was adopted by the state legislature on March the 31st, 1950. Governor Frank Morrison signed the petition into law, making U.S. Route 75 that ran north and south in the eastern part of Nebraska, and Highway 83 in the western part of Nebraska as part of the National Memorial Highway System. The first Blue Star marker was dedicated on September the 10th, 1950 in Plattsmouth. Then upon completion of the new I-80 interstate highway system across Nebraska, Governor Morrison named it the Blue Star Memorial Highway, with markers to be placed at rest stops. And it is a great honor for any highway to be designated the Blue Star Memorial Highway System that now includes over 39,000 miles of highway. Now I present you with your new memorial.
The city's police department and local school district maintain a strong partnership in bringing the D.A.R.E program to 6th grade students.
You know, one of the most important things with having a good relationship with the schools is making sure that you stay in touch and communicate with the principal of the building on a regular basis, and of course all the teachers outside of the time you're actually teaching there. So you let them know, where you're at, what you're talking about, and what you're going to be talking about. And I think if you keep them in the loop of what the curriculum is and what your plans are, and communicate with the teachers and the administration, I think you build a lot stronger relationship and they have more trust in you. Technology has changed everything when it comes to kids of any age, but especially that 6th grade level, 7th and 8th grade. They're really in tune to things like Facebook and Twitter, text messaging. They have iPhones, they have all this technology available to them. So when you come in and present information, it has to be accurate, because they have so many sources to double check that information that if you're not accurate, you lose credibility, obviously. And of course our curriculum got rewritten for D.A.R.E this year, and it has a lot of focus on being responsible and doing the right thing, a little shift away from the specifics about drugs, mostly because I think kids already have a lot of information about specific drugs. The other two focuses that we have now are the prescription meds and the abuse that takes place with that, and the bullying. As we know, that's a national epidemic at this point, and that's a very important lesson that we teach now about bullying and the cyberbullying especially, because that's where kids spend a lot of their time, is on the internet and communicating with other kids that way. And cyberbullying has become popular because you don't have to look anybody in the eye. You can do it from a very remote location. It's easy to do, and the biggest effect of cyberbullying is that it reaches hundreds or thousands of people. It's out there on the internet for everybody to see. So if I call you names, or I make fun of you, or I find out that you did something embarrassing, I can let 1,000 people know in 5 minutes. Where before, when bullying was face-to-face contact, there might be 4 or 5 other people standing around. And the rumors might start, but they don't last long. When it goes out on the internet, it's there forever. And it's very difficult to, even when somebody goes and takes it down, the damage is already done.
How are the students taking to the new D.A.R.E curriculum?
Very well. It's something they understand. It's what they live every day. And the focus on responsibility has come from kids spending too much time on the internet, on computers, on their iPhones, video games, and there's not as much personal interaction outside of school. So when they get to school and they have to learn to get along with each other, it's a little more difficult now. So I think the focus on being responsible and being safe is a good direction to go because of those elements. Main message is always there about being drug-free, because you obviously can't be a responsible person or a safe person if you're using drugs illegally or drugs that aren't good for you. So there's a big focus on, you might have to take medications. That means the prescription bottle has your name on it. You don't take anybody else's, and that's called being responsible. So everything in D.A.R.E, even talking about drugs or talking about bullying, comes back to being responsible and safe at the same time. Responsible obviously being that you don't mistreat other people, and being safe means you look after yourself.
The annual Holiday Luncheon is a fun event and has long been a popular event.
I think it is. We continue to draw a crowd every year. I think it's one of those things that people look forward to, and the Holiday Luncheon caters to a special population in Papillion, and it's very traditional in its nature, and we want to keep that the same. We look to change up the auction items and the raffle prizes and make the games more fun, change up the entertainment. This year we've added a new MC, so we're very excited about all of that.
One positive change over the years is moving the luncheon to Trinity Village.
It's a great space. It's the perfect space for this event. It's close to downtown Papillion. It's close to a lot of the people that want to come to this event. It makes it easily accessible. And they've been so great to work with, letting us come in and set up early and having access to being able to put up the tables. You know, this way it enables our table sponsors to come and set up their table when it's convenient for them. So, you know, we're actively soliciting new table sponsors. It's such a fun thing to be part of, decorating the table. We're soliciting people who might want to purchase the table's worth of tickets but maybe don't want to decorate it. We'll decorate it for you. I'm really excited about it. We have a very active committee that's been working on getting some new, exciting auction prizes, kind of mixing things up a little bit, keeping it fun. We've got some new table sponsors that are new to the event this year, so people who want to purchase tickets can purchase them at Kajamas, or they can purchase them from the foundation.
Don't forget Winter Wonderland, the city's annual event. It's sponsored by the Papillion Community Foundation and is scheduled for this Saturday, November 24th. It's on the Sump Memorial North Lawn, as well as along 3rd Street in front of City Hall. I invite all of you to enjoy the holiday atmosphere at this totally free event. It all begins at 5 p.m. And there are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch the YouTube channel. And of course, information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more information about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.